Good afternoon, I'm Tina Laster and you're back at Laster Farm. Today we're going to take a garden tour. It is the middle of May here in West Tennessee and it is warm. And our garden has grown a lot. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, it has really come alive. So let's go. Okay, this is our okra. It is coming right along. I know that's not a lot of okra. And I know that I should have planted more. But that's what we got. And this is our cucumbers. And I'm going to train them to grow up this trellis. I'm going to wait till they get just a little bit longer. And then I'm going to attach them to it. And they should look pretty going up the trellis. And over here is our 100s. These are our tomatoes. Those are little sweet little 100s. And look how much they've grown. They're starting to bloom out a little bit, getting those blooms on. And they are doing great. I mean, look at the heights on those. They're just really coming alive. And then this is our pole beans on the trellis, and they have attached themselves and they're coming up pretty good. So that's going to be beautiful once that starts growing up. And our tomatoes. Wow, these tomatoes have really grown. These on this outside, I still need to stake these. And Liz has painted my stakes for me over there. And I've got to get those in the ground. You saw me the other day putting these on the trellis, and they have grown up. Let's see, they were down here, down there, and then they've grown that much since our trellis a week ago, because these have only been out for 3 weeks, these tomatoes, and they have really took hold. And so these are going to have to be tied up some more. I mean, they are just beautiful. And I'm looking forward to the harvest on these. They have just really done good. And our peppers. Now, I have not broke the tops out of my peppers to make more peppers. I'm just going to leave them. I'm going to watch them grow, and we're going to see how these peppers do with, you know, just the regular one shoot top coming up out of them. They are starting to bloom a little bit. And so, and something else, these beans here, they said on the pack pole beans, but I don't see any little runners, so I don't think that these are pole beans. And this tomato on this side is taking over in front of these pole beans. Let's go on this side. The other day I came out and I took, now these were the peppers I already had up, these two, but these are the ones that we set out of my greenhouse. And this one, that one, I've got a few here, and there's one right there. It's not looking too hot, and there's one there, and there's one back there. I have to get me some stakes on those tomatoes. So those are coming up. And then over here, I planted some over here that are coming up really pretty. But I'm going to have to tie these tomatoes up out of the way. And look at how huge that bloom is. It's huge. Look at that. And so I am really pleased with my tomatoes. I was worried about all of these on this side. You know how you usually get your 100s or your Tommy Toe tomatoes, and when you first see them, they look like they're not going to grow very big. But they have really come alive in this soil. And even putting the eggs under, the eggshells under these tomatoes, these over here are about the same height as those. So, you know, as far as the eggshells, like I said, it probably won't do anything for the soil until next year. And over here, I think I saw some little tomatoes. I was back this way and I looked over and I thought I saw some baby tomatoes. Well, I thought I did. There it is. There's one right there. So I know that there's some tomatoes that are coming on already. So I'm proud of that. And then here's our onions. And here's our puppy trying to go through. Come on. Going in between the beds down there. That's one of our puppies. They have really grown too. Our onions are getting huge. Check in there. Look how huge they're getting. They're just really getting big and pretty. So I have not clipped the tops off my onions yet. And I probably need to get out here and do that. You hear the pigs in the background. They're out here squealing because they're feeding the animals today. Well, they're getting another start on feeding the pigs this afternoon. We do a morning feed and we try to do an afternoon feed on them if they're out a feed from this in the morning time. And so every time they hear a four-wheeler or the ranger sound up, they start hollering and screaming because they know it's feeding time. And then here's our potatoes. They're starting to lay over here in the middle a little bit, but they're still green and they're blooming really pretty. So I'm looking forward to seeing if there's anything under those. I really hope that they're going to make something. And then over here, our squash. Look how big they've grown. Since last week, it seems like they have just like grown 10 times larger than they normally are. And then we have some baby zucchini and some blooms down in there. And then over here, we got some yellow squash that are starting to peep, and a lot of blooms up under there. So they are looking great. And our cabbage, you know, it came back really pretty. I ended up taking all of the lower limbs off that had gotten damaged from the, I can't say freeze, from our mistake of putting the black plastic over it when I should have known better and known that it would have burnt them. But I really thought that they had taken the plastic off, but they had not. So, but they are turning out really pretty. They are doing good. Now this one and this one over here are not heading up. They are just, almost looks like a broccoli with a bunch of little baby cabbages, but there's nothing, they're not heading up. Well, I say they're not. There's one right there. No, those aren't. It looks like one has, because I checked these the other day. There's one. Maybe it'll come on and make, at least make one cabbage for us out of the middle of that. And there's Millie. Well, Millie, what do you think about our garden? Look at these, how much they've growed. They've been out 3 weeks now. 3 weeks. So what do you think? Looks great, doesn't it?
It's a lot.
I know. I'm looking forward to them. Looking forward to them.
And the cabbage came out good.
Yes, the cabbage has done so good. And we've got some baby tomatoes. Look over here. We got baby tomatoes down there. Yeah. No.
Those are the cherry ones.
No, those are right? Over here. These are the cherry ones. Millie is the one that loves our little cherry tomatoes. She'll come out here and just eat them off the vine. But I'm so tempted to get some string and come over here and start pulling these cucumber vines up to the trellis. And I'm just loving these onions. I think they have done so good. They are doing great. Now the red onions, you know, they're a little smaller as always, but I did come back out here and I did spoon those. And so you've seen in the last videos, and so they're doing really good. Some of those are going to be big. Let's go over here and look at the herb garden. Okay, our little tomato plant has just really come alive. Look at that. This one is like a grape tomato, and these grow in little clusters. You can see that they're in little clusters, and even though this was weeded, it's starting to come back, more weeds in it again. But the sage and the parsley and rosemary is not nearly as good, doing as good as these, but it doesn't like as much water as these, so I have to hold off on my water, even though I am so tempted to give it water, because I think if I give it water it's going to catch up to the size of these, but that's not the case. And these are starting to bolt because of the heat and bloom, so I may just come and start trimming these off, trimming these back, and getting these in the dehydrator and put those blooms off. And then basil is starting to come on a little bit, and then here is that cool mint, that mint julep. It's coming on. So that's, and I still have some more pepper plants in the greenhouse. But I just love our garden. It looks so pretty in the garden beds. I just think it's really turned out pretty. It's just really, I'm really excited about this year's harvest. I think it's going to do well. And I am ready to get over here and start putting down the plastic and getting the gravel down in between these beds. But we have got some things that we're working on today as far as out here in the backyard, and so I've got to get started on that. But I wanted to give you a quick garden tour since May is already halfway gone. Well, that's all I have for you this afternoon. I will be giving you another update in June on our garden, so be looking forward to that one. And we thank you so much for joining us here at Laster Farm, and hope to see you back next time. So we'll be putting more videos out and letting you see what we're working on next here around the farm. So God bless you until next time. Bye.